Hello, this is day 17 of my advent calendar of books that influenced my book, Creating a Culture of Innovation, out now. Day 17 is a little bit of an odd one. It's called A Typical Plan, Projects and Essays on Identity, Flexibility, and Atmosphere in the Office Building. It's a collection of essays and some really interesting ones that I learned a lot about. I'm not an architect by training, but I'm architecture curious. And so this was really very beautifully illustrated, but also the illustrations weren't really the heart of it. It was a breakdown of the plan, or how you actually lay out spaces and buildings, and the impact of the plan on designing buildings and designing workspaces. Some really fun stuff around the Philip Morris office and how it was designed, how office spaces are sort of spaces for business, but business doesn't really have a shape. Business as an activity doesn't really shape a space per se. So in an article that was written in 1995 by Ron Kohlhaas, which they then reprint in this edition, he talks about the fact that business is can invade any architecture, which I really liked and I used in my book. What is business? Supposedly the most circumscribed program. It is actually the most formless. Business makes no demands. And so illustrating this with a bunch of buildings where the services and all the sort of essential bits of the building are in the middle, and then anybody can occupy the rest, because businesses are really people on laptops and desks. A really also interesting article on climate and climate management inside these buildings, and some really just fun illustration of student work as well, which kind of play around with this idea of space and the plan. So I learned a lot about architecture by reading this book. Again, A Typical Plan, edited by Jeanette Kuo. I recommend.